We're going to start the stream for real this time. Last time was just a dry run. Hi, I'm Eric Steven. I'm here with Joe Drilling.
I am here.
And Morbid Coffee's also here.
And I'm also dry.
Morb.
And we're all here
Morb
with our
cough.
friend Joe Musashi.
This is Genesis or Genesisn't. I don't know what the fuck this show is anymore. This week we're going to check out Shinobi 3, The Return of the Mac. Once again. Oh my god. It's the return of the Shinobi, the Ninja Master. Return of the Ninja Master. Alright. So it kind of had... Shinobi something was one of the first games that we did. Shadows! He is stronger than steel and moves faster than a whirlwind. Sometimes he hides in mud. Other times he transforms his shape like an ever-changing cloud. Although his fighting spirit burns like fire, his mind is as calm as still water. Violation of the commandments. Should Shinobi fail before completing the mission, he will disappear before the dawn and vanish forever. Keep this knowledge in your heart and mind from the secret manual of Oboro Ninjutsu. So that's what this game's about. I played one of the older Shinobi games in one of the first episodes, and I didn't like it very much.
You played two? You've played two? You played
Well,
the
no,
other two?
I'm going in order. And then I played Shadow Dancer
Yes.
last year sometime, 2 years ago maybe. I can't believe we've been doing this for a long time, I guess. And that game was pretty goddamn good. So I'm hoping that this is more like... It has a dog,
It's a very good
you
dog.
can't pet the dog, though, I don't think.
No, but you can sick
You
the dog
can command
on.
the dog to kill people.
Yeah.
Right. You can't put a knife in the dog's mouth and have him stab people, though.
And you tell the dog
No.
to do it, and then lay underneath the dog.
And have the dog poop on your
No,
face.
that's the horse, not the dog.
Yeah.
It's the horse. The dog in Metal Gear Solid 5 would be overpowered if it could poop on the road and make trucks spin out. That would be too much.
I'm sure.
It'd be
There's a
OP.
mod. There's a mod at this point that probably lets you do that. So
I'm sure.
there's probably a mod that lets Snake do it.
Take a poop on the road.
Yeah.
Then he doesn't need specific animal companions to poop on things and cause trucks to spin out.
Well, there's
Blood
probably
Corpse
also-
Gamer says, I just beat that game, bro.
Which one?
By that game, I assume you mean this game, Return of the Ninja Master. Or maybe you mean one of the earlier Shinobi games we were talking about, but... You know.
Zeed's Resurrection.
It's tough.
Round 1.
This one, I think you're going to like this one more than Revenge of Shinobi. Because I like Revenge of Shinobi a lot.
Does this have
but
the same
it is
awkward
not
double
super
jump?
friendly. No. The double jump, I think, is maybe just about as awkward, but generally it controls a lot smoother.
Are there a lot of awful blind jumps?
No.
Okay. Because that's the
also
thing
you
that really
can-
sucked in Return of Shinobi.
No, you can double tap to run and do like a big sword slash attack when you're running, which is pretty dope.
A lot of
Blood
trees
Corpse
in the
Gamer
foreground.
says he played them all, and he's old school. He's 43 years old. Well, we're
We're not that old, but we're in that
we're not that.
age
Well,
range.
Paul isn't even close to that old, but yeah, we're getting. You and I are getting up there.
I'm baby.
You are a baby. It's true.
Don't shake you.
I think when we started hanging out, you couldn't even legally drink.
Nope.
We
Just came out of the
became
room.
friends. Yeah.
Gross.
So I don't know why you were all in the hospital.
You should at least
with
towel
me.
off before you come on the stream.
Yeah. Right.
Also, eat the delicious placenta.
Yikes.
It's nutritious and life-giving.
That is true. It is nutritious and life-giving. Why are we talking about this?
I don't
Anyways,
know.
this game is pretty cool. This I believe this also has a Yuzo Koshiro soundtrack.
Oh man, how'd I do that fan of knives thing?
That's a double jump and then hit attack, I believe.
Oh, there
Or
we
maybe
go.
it's up and
Yeah,
jump
no,
and then
it's
attack.
double
It's
jump.
been-
I always forget that the double jump is you have to hit it a second time right at the height.
Yeah, at the peak of your jump. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But I think the window's a little more forgiving here than it is in Revenge of Shinobi.
Ouch.
Also, this game is a lot more forgiving with your life bar than either of the earlier. Well, Shadow Dancer does not give you a life bar at all.
Right.
But I think it's a little more forgiving with the life bar than
One hit kills, dog.
than even Revenge. But I think on balance, ultimately, I think I like Revenge a little more. I like them. I like all three of the Shinobi games in the Genesis. I actually even like the weird digitized actors Shinobi game for the Saturn, which is real weird and pretty ridiculous. It's like, imagine if MK Mythology's Sub-Zero but Shinobi. By which I mean, but like fun to play, because it plays like this game, but it looks like MK Mythology's Sub-Zero. So, oh yeah, and you can do that jump kick. I don't remember if that's down and jump a second time or something, but that's.
There we go. Wall jump.
Yep. Some hot wall jump action.
It's
I'm trying to remember if
it's
this
just
is a Yuzo
it's
Koshiro.
single jump and then attack. We'll get you that dive kick. Was there a Shinobi in dive kick?
Was there?
Game? No.
Okay.
There was I thought there was a ninja of some sort though. Isn't there?
I'm trying to remember. It's been forever since I played that game. That's a bad game.
We had a lot of fun playing it at PAX that
It
one
was,
year.
yeah, that's like the only time it was ever fun though. Like, I've come to learn that a lot of games I used to like, I only told myself for fun.
That game was fun. That had its time. It was a fun joke.
I think that
For the time, it was good. It's not a game I want to think about anymore.
Ouch.
I mean, they had that Ninja Master that had like boots on his hands.
They had Johnny Gat. That was probably
did.
when it stopped
That's
being
right.
fun, right? It was when they added
Yeah, it was
Johnny
It
Gat.
jumped the shark when
Yeah.
they put in.
Oh man.
Yeah, this one. Sorry, this is the one that does not have the Yuzo Koshiro soundtrack. This is where they lost Yuzo for this one. Revenge has Yuzo Koshiro. The GG Shinobi, which is the Game Gear version, and the second Game Gear one have Yuzo Koshiro soundtracks. This one. But this is I'm trying to sort of finish up to get you to play all the games that were drafted in the Genesis draft that I made a video out of earlier this year. So that's sort of the reasoning behind the choice of game this week.
I don't think I can hit him when he's in that mode.
Yeah, the thing that I like about this series of games is that the bosses you can't just like
Yeah, it's not.
tank the damage and mash against them.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't work. You have to figure out their patterns.
Oh,
You know, Sega hasn't done a Shinobi game, and the 3DS one was the last Shinobi game, right?
was that the one that you opened like a book? Or was that Ninja
No,
Gaiden?
that was Ninja Gaiden. That was Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword on the original DS.
If they added Shinobi to one of those Sonic racing games.
I mean, that new one doesn't have all the weird Sega characters
doesn't.
like the first one.
Yeah,
so-
I didn't even play the most recent one because I didn't. There's a Shinobi track in Transformed. I don't remember if you can race as Joe Musashi or not.
Whenever you say his name, it just makes me want to play fucking Brave Fencer Musashi on the PlayStation,
Heck yeah.
which is,
Why isn't that our Wednesday game?
I don't know. I mean, we could
Because-
just stream that after this if you want.
You should.
I mean, you could, yeah.
Which, the only reason I bought
let's
that was
see
because
here.
it had the demo for Xenogears in it.
Was it Xenogears?
Pretty sure it was Xenogears.
I
I
yeah.
thought it was
it
Final
was
Fantasy
Xenogears.
8.
No, Xenogears had the Final Fantasy VIII demo.
Yes.
I thought Brave Fencer Musashi had Final Fantasy
I
8.
don't think so. Maybe it did. I thought it was
Actually-
a Xenogears demo. Maybe it's vice versa. No, because Final Fantasy 8 didn't have a demo with it. I should go look. I have those on my shelf. I could go check after I get done beating this dude.
Well, I'm just gonna look. Includes the Final Fantasy VIII playable demo CD. So Musashi came with Final Fantasy VIII. Actually, they might have both come with Final Fantasy VIII demo.
Oh. Round clear. It's a good action shot. Secret entry. Mm-hmm.
Setting, character, story.
Oh man, this game does have a horse.
It does, yeah, it does.
But can I push a button to make this horse poop?
No.
Ninjas
know
don't
if-
talk.
I don't know if Xenogears came with a
A demo?
demo at all. I thought it did, but I don't see anything.
I mean, I can, like I said, I
here.
can literally go look in a minute here.
Yeah.
That'll be the exciting reveal for the end of the show.
This actually, Shinobi, Joe Musashi, the titular Shinobi, was a playable character in Sonic and All Stars.
Okay,
Racing
good.
Transfer.
Was he?
Can the horse double jump?
So, I don't believe so. No.
Oh, I missed an extra life.
So there's a jet ski later as well. I don't think you're gonna get that far tonight, but that does happen. Yeah, Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed, Sonic, Tails, Robotnik, Amy Rose, Knuckles, Shadow, Metal Sonic, Ai,
Yeah.
Beat from Jet Grind Radio, Joe from Crazy Taxi,
Mhm.
Miss Ulala, Amigo, Alex Kidd, Rio, driving not driving a forklift, driving outrun cabinet,
Mhm.
um,
Obviously.
which is great. Yeah, and then when you go into plane mode, it turns into this says it turns into Space Harrier, but I thought it turned into Afterburner. It turned into a plane. I don't remember though. And then let's see here.
Damn it.
Me and Xbox Live Avatar. Vice from Skies of Arcadia, Gilius Thunderhead from Golden Axe, Joe Musashi, Knights, Rila, also from Knights, Gum from Jet Grind Radio, Mimi from Monkey Ball, some Pudding from Space Channel 5,
Mhm.
the Ages vehicle is the Hornet from Daytona when it's driving, a Dreamcast controller when it's a boat, and the F-14 Tomcat from Afterburner when it's a plane. Football Manager is in the PC version. Shogun is in the PC version.
What?
Yeah, because Football Manager is published by Sega.
Yep.
Still, like, what
don't
the
know,
hell
man.
is even Football Manager represented by? It's
A
just-
dude in a suit driving like a soccer ball. It's pretty great actually. The Shogun from Total War, and then someone from Company of Heroes and someone from Rome 2 Total War, because Sega loves their Total War
yep.
franchise on PC.
Makes him a lot of
Danica
money.
Patrick
Sure.
drives a hot car. Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph was in there, and the Team Fortress team on the PC, which is the reason why I got the Steam version.
Mhm.
Because in the car it's the Pyro, in the plane it's the Spy, and in the boat it's the Heavy. It's pretty great. And that is the roster. And so I really don't get why they went back to just Sonic characters. I think that's dumb and not fun.
They need to meet their quota of bad Sonic games for the year.
Well, they had a good one a couple years ago, so did that fuck them up?
Yep.
Look, man, Big the Cat
We're
needs to
making
drive
too
a
much
boat.
money off of this.
Oh no, we made one people liked. Quick. I feel like did somebody else join
No.
the call? No. All
All
right.
right. Well, that's good to know.
No, that's good. Yeah, good to know.
Hi, Kurt.
Hey there.
How you doing?
I am doing okay.
See, what we should be streaming this week is Wolfenstein Youngblood,
That's right.
but somebody
probably
had to go to
should,
New
yeah.
York, so
Yeah, somebody had to go to New York, and so instead of murdering Nazis, I'm in New York.
we could pretend that these are Nazis.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ninja is the traditional foe of the Nazi.
Yeah.
Does that make Kurt the Shinobi master?
Yeah, of course.
but were the
Kurt-
Japanese
Oh, no.
allied with the Nazis,
Shit.
Kurt? I don't think that.
I didn't mean to
that-
wall
that-
jump there. I wanted to
Only
double
the
jump.
Ronin, right? See, that's why.
Oh, okay.
The Shinobi were more honorable, or something.
Oh, nice. I don't have to go all the way back. Doesn't seem like this entry is all that secret, given the amount of dudes that I'm murdering on the way in.
Well, I mean, they keep
It's
it
not a
guarded.
secret
They
from
keep
them.
it well guarded just in case, you know.
It's a secret from you.
It's a secret to everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of sort of bringing the NES draft in line with our other video drafts. And I had totally forgotten that, Eric, you mentioned that you thought that the old man in Zelda was an old lady with a hat or something.
Yeah, like a nun or something.
Mhm.
It's definitely what it looks like. Standing with her arms raised backwards. With her back to you? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Her
It
back
makes
is
more
to you.
sense
That
if you
makes
look at
more
it that
sense.
way. Yeah. So
That
she would
makes
be
more
standing with her back to Link with her arms raised looking up into the sky. Up at the player, I guess.
This is going to be the new, is it two faces or a vase?
Is it an old man with a
The-
beard or a nun with her
a
arms
nun
raised?
with her back turned to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Rio's elbow or does he have a giant nose? Is my all-time favorite.
Is it a mouth or
A nose.
a nose?
So I just edited that part where we talk about is that a mouth or a nose.
Uh-huh.
And the reason that I realized, and I didn't say it at the time, but the reason that I always thought it was a mouth is because the smaller ones have a yellow mouth that is obviously a mouth.
Right.
And that's why I always thought the yellow circle on the big ones was also a mouth, and still think that, actually. And not that the straight line is their mouth and the yellow circle is their nose. That's my reasoning. It's the way the little ones behave.
I just want to point out that the background in the stage looks fucking awesome.
I was actually just gonna say I love the parallax effect on this stage.
Looks great.
And the design of
I
the.
saw a thing on Twitter the other day of somebody playing Mega Man 1 for the first time.
Oh,
They
geez.
got
Shit.
to the part where
What? Oh.
Dr. Wily like pops out of the UFO.
Oh, I can
This
wall
is,
jump
like,
off the
little-
screen. Game changer. All right, never mind. Sorry, coffee.
Sorry, they got to the part where Dr. Wily gets to, or like opens up the UFO and does
No,
his
I can't.
eyebrow
No, I
thing,
can't. I can't do the thing I thought I could do. Damn
And
it.
they thought he had really big feet because of the
Yeah,
sprite.
I saw a thing about that too. Yeah, the way the it's like the way that there's like two little things in his UFO that it looks like he's
What?
sitting like with his feet out in front of him and then his toes are poking up over the rim of the UFO,
I
gotta
need
get
to.
comfy
I need
in
to
there.
see this. I don't know what the hell you're
which
talking
I
about.
had never seen before. And then when I looked at that image, I was like, oh yeah, that those kind of do look like feet sticking out.
I'm looking
I
for
have
it
to
right
see it.
now.
Yeah, find it. I need to see this. I guess.
Yeah, coffee.
Nope. I don't want to fucking wall jump off the thing. I want to just double jump. Ugh.
So I was gonna save it for the main part of the stream tonight, but I realized it's actually a little more appropriate during this part to talk about 1980X. Has anybody else played 1980X besides me?
I don't know if I've ever
Nope.
even heard of it.
I only heard of it because you referenced it in two places.
Okay.
That's
so it's
20
like,
years before Mega Man, right?
yes, exactly. Right, Mega Man is 20.
XX.
I,
Well, so then it's 30 years before Mega Man. It's
Is it?
20X, at least before 20XX. 2000X, it would be 20 years before 2000X.
When the pressure is on, I just cannot
Yeah.
get the timing for the double jump down.
It's a more sort of melancholy version of Retro Game Challenge, kinda. There aren't as many games, and the games are maybe not as complex, but they look a lot better than the games in Retro Game Challenge. But it's sort of this. I mean, I finished it in like an hour, less than an hour, in one sitting, so it's not a very long game. It's sort of this meditation on nostalgia, but it's not like
Do you
it's not
jump
like,
off a
"Oh,
train
man."
and die at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
And you smell shortbread cookies throughout. And when you jump off, you can press X to Willoughby when you jump off the train. It's not
Suddenly we're
that
talking
melancholy.
about Sense and Sensibility. What?
Uh-huh.
Will it be? Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, so it's I think part of why I liked it is that it's not this like super warm and fuzzy nostalgia trip. It's not like it's very much like a sort of you can never go home again kind of nostalgia trip. You know, but it's short. It's only $10, which, you know, goes a bit of a way, isn't it, being so short? But it's 5 mini games that I've seen some people be like, these look more like games from the 90s, and I'm like, they kind of do. I'm like, they're like console games.
Did he disappear for anybody else?
I think we lost Joe.
Uh-oh.
They were like console games from the 90s or something.
Yes. Sorry, am I back?
Hi.
Okay. My mic came like slightly unplugged, I guess. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I
Um,
forgive you.
I'm glad. So,
Oh shit.
what
Can
was
I
I
not?
saying? They're like console games from the 90s, but they really are like arcade games from the late 80s. One of them is a dead ringer for Outrun, basically. And they're just, the music, the soundtrack is great. Yuzo Koshiro contributed to the soundtrack. There's a ninja game. There's a driving game. There's a beat 'em up. There's, you know, and it's sort of, they're presented in a very linear fashion, sort of similar to Retro Game Challenge. I mean, again, Retro Game Challenge was like a full price retail release, so it's comparing the two isn't really totally fair, but it's sort of similar to that. I really enjoyed it. I thought the writing was very good. The performance of the sort of androgynous main character was very good.
Is it voice act?
It is voice acted,
Okay.
yeah. You know, and I saw a review that sort of unfavorably compared it to Ready Player One, which I thought was honestly a bizarre take, because Ready Player One is very like,
Bad.
look at how, well, yeah, it's bad, but also it's like, look at how cool everything is, and you're a super cool guy, and you're going to be a rich, cool guy who gets girls because you remember stuff about weird pop culture ephemera. And this is more like, when I was sad and lonely as a teenager, I went to the arcade and I felt less sad and lonely. But now I grew up, so the arcade is like a thing of the past, and now I'm like kind of sad and lonely as an adult. It's like, it's got that kind of vibe to it, which I appreciated more than just like the sort of blind pandering.
Those don't sound
nostalgia
like
of something
true
like-
gamer emotions to me, Joe.
That's, well, that's, you know, that might be true.
Whoop.
And Nimai-kun in the chat says,
no. God
oh.
damn it.
all those people don't know the difference between 8-bit and 16.
True gamer
Yeah,
emotions are rage
it's
and
8
racism, I
It's 8
think.
more, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what else there is on the spectrum, really.
Misogyny.
Oh yeah, I
Misogyny,
forgot.
yeah.
Forgot. That's
Misogyny.
that's the 3 pillars. I can't believe I fucked that up. Damn.
3 pillars.
Yep.
Nice.
3 pillars of gamer feelings are rage, racism, and misogyny. So yeah, it's I really have to say, watching you play this, the dashing sword attack is quite powerful and very helpful against certain types of enemies. And you may be well served to use it a little more frequently.
That's
than you
not.
are.
That is not the part that I'm having trouble with. So.
Well, yes, getting squished by the elevator is the
Yeah.
or left behind by it. Either left behind or squished.
Well, I didn't realize that I could grab onto those things in the foreground, but I just figured that out, so that's kind of a game changer. I thought I had to like do some kind of tricky like wall jump, double jump, bounce, wall jump thing, but it's not that complicated. It's
not that
more
complicated.
simple than I ever thought it was.
But anyways, I thought the games were very well put together. I mean, they're kind of like the beat 'em up. You don't have a lot of different attack options in the beat 'em up. You know, it's not something as deep as an actual Streets of Rage 2 or anything like that. But I really liked it. I loved the soundtrack. I loved the voice acting. The games were really excellently made. It looks great. It was very obviously crafted by a group of people who have a lot of passion for those late 80s arcade games and early 90s console games. And I would just, if $10 is maybe a little too much for an hour's worth of game, then I would say like maybe wait till it's on like the inevitable Steam sale and grab it for $5. You'll probably enjoy it. It's also coming to Switch soon, which I think means a bunch more people are going to play it than have played it so far.
Seems like a good bet.
So, I don't know. I thought this would be a better time to talk about that than the later stream when you were playing new games, even though that is a new game. And I was going to suggest that I stream it, but it's really the dialogue and everything makes it like not super stream friendly because while the games are like very cool, the sort of voice acting and the story beats that are going on are like a big part of the experience, and that doesn't make for good streaming to just like be quiet and listen to the. Yeah, I mean it's better to just play through, on your own. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I would recommend it.
Sounds cool. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through this difficult section here.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. The thing is, it flew kind of under the radar, and I only really realized. I think I had it confused with another game, though I don't know what game it was that I had it confused with.
I can't make the easy jump now. Fuck me! What the fuck?
But Carolyn Pettit made a video about it, and I got as far into it as her being like, if you haven't played it, you should play it before you watch this. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get around to that eventually. And then John Linneman at Digital Foundry mentioned it in a video that wasn't about that. It was about something else, but he just mentioned it was about frame rates and all that good shit. He was like, oh, I've been playing 1980X and I really like it. And then I was like, okay, well, a couple of people whose opinions I tend to trust said they really like this game, so I guess I'm gonna check it out. So I did, and it's. I mean, again, it's going to speak to a certain segment of the populace, the gaming public, if you will. But it worked. It worked for me on pretty much every level. So.
Damn it! I just want this to be over with.
I'm hoping you make it past this because the boss of this stage is like pretty cool and gross looking, but I feel like you're almost out of continues, or you are out of continues.
Maybe. I'm almost at a half an hour anyways, so yeah. I think I'm almost there now. I really just like. First I was making it way more difficult than it needed to be.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, these old games are.
Yeah, I mean, you got to learn how to. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, use that ninja magic.
Whoa! Oh man, the trippy effects really fucking me up. This is very Castlevania boss thing here. Dodging or Contra, I guess, is some of the Contra bosses. Some of that shit too. Yeah.
Dodge the thing while the wave warping effect is going on in the back.
Well, the dodging the like when he shoots the lightning down from the ceiling is Dracula and Castlevania. Several of the Castlevanias, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Not bad. I feel like I'm performing pretty well for having never played this game before.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't the boss I was thinking of, though. I feel like I think it's the next boss. That's like this gross monster
there a
thing.
level select?
Yes, body weapon. The body weapon. That's the one that I'm thinking of. Is there? Let me see if there's codes or anything. I don't know that there is, but cheats. So there's an invincibility cheat that you can activate from the music, the sound test. There's a cheat for infinite shurikens.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's interesting.
Hmm.
There's a way to use a 6-button controller with this game.
Like in a meaningful way?
Yeah.
Like gross little brain guys. Some little baby crangs.
Six.
Lost you again.
Yep. 6 something.
6 baby cranes.
Ugh. Oh, these little players. Ugh. Need some wall chicken. There we go.
Guy Reynolds says, I thought the one with the wolf was Shinobi 3. This isn't this game, is it?
The one
And
with the
then-
dog is Shadow
One
Dancer.
dog.
Yeah,
is
this
Shadow
comment says, you're thinking of Shadow Dancer.
Yeah.
And this guy says, this reminds me of the movie Fiend Without a Face where the monsters were jumping brains.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
sure.
Yep.
And then Mai Kun says that I just see a flying Metroid.
Yeah, that's. I've,
Not exactly, but yes. Also, no.
if a Metroid was a weird brain monster, then yes.
I
Although
mean,
there is a weird, yeah.
kind of is. With claws. These don't have
It's
claws.
more like a weird jellyfish monster, isn't it?
A Metroid, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a weird. I mean, there is a weird brain monster in.
Well, right, but the brain monster is not Metroid. The brain monster is Mother Brain.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say. I didn't say it was.
Metroid is
I
the
just
player.
said there is a weird brain monster in Metroid.
Metroid is who you play as.
Yes.
Why can't Metroid
No,
crawl?
that's Metroid's monster.
Oh.
Am I supposed to go up? Maybe.
But no, there is no level skip. Sorry, I didn't actually answer that question. There is no level skip. There's a 6-button controller mode, and there's the invincibility thing and the infinite shurikens, and that's it. There's no level skip or level select. They really wanted to show off the power of the system with this stage and the,
The background and
background and the
everything.
lights and yeah.
It's a little much sometimes. I think it looks really good though.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to go over the top of the. There's a. Like you go to the top and then to the right, like you crawl along the belt that's on the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah. There's something. There's some boxes over on the far left that I was trying to get to. Like a little secret passageway up there,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm just a little too impatient with the double jump most of the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, sort of once you hit the timing of it, you start, like, once you're used to it, you can kind of hit it every time, but until you get used to the. I mean, again, I think that it's a little more forgiving than Revenge of Shinobi.
For
Like,
sure.
the double jump in Revenge of Shinobi is like super, um, super specific about.
Oh no! Alright. That's fine.
Sky Reynolds says this is like the Spark Mandrill stage from Mega Man X. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Game over. SEGA Sega. Alright, that's it for Shinobi 3. I don't know. I like that. I think about as much as Shadow Dancer seems really good. I don't see any blind jump bullshit. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of the backgrounds are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a good game.
Yeah, it's a good one. I dig it.
It's also just the way like the jump animation and everything is just better than Revenge.
So now that you've played all 3
Uh-huh.
of the Shinobi games, how would you rate them?
The Revenge of Shinobi is way on the bottom, and then this and Shadow Dancer are like neck and neck for both being pretty damn good video games.
All right.
But I didn't really care for Revenge at all. It's very stiff, and the way that your character like gets stuck on the top of its jump against the ceiling and things just feels really bad. And I feel like most of that stuff is not in this game. Although like that game also has you navigating much tighter spaces, whereas this game and Shadow Dancer I feel like are a little bit more open up top, so that way like the big floaty jump like feels a lot better to me. And like I said, I didn't see any blind bullshit jumps, so
Always a plus.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was a bonus when there's none of that.
Man, I picked the wrong fucking ninja magic. Damn. All right. Well, that's it for this. We'll be back maybe next week or maybe sometime in the future with something else.
Indeed.
Bye-bye.
Next time is going to be our 80th installment of
Oh
Genesis.
boy, what an anniversary.
Yeah.
What a milestone.
Yeah, the traditional gift for that is, in fact, Shuriken, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Damn, we missed it
Yeah.
by one.
Well, we fucked
We'll
up.
have to find
We should save this
another
for next
game
week,
with a
then.
shuriken
Yeah.
in it. Can we find another... Hey, Joe, do you think I can find another video game with a shuriken in it?
I don't know. It seems pretty tough.
No.
I don't know.
The answer
It's not
is sure you
you
can.
can.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Bye.
Street Fighter.